Hi guys and girls, I'm Obsidian Ant and welcome back to the Guardians Beta Patch 2.2 for Elite Dangerous. I'm here in Shinrarta Dezhra about to check out some engineer modifications, but before we get to that, let's have a look at what this little visitor beacon is about. In the year 3100, the Pilots Federation began issuing modified versions of its Wings badge that included the pilot's rating written across it in capitals, and made official the names for these ratings, starting with harmless, then mostly harmless, all the way to elite. The most coveted was the elite badge, and the first of these was awarded to the commander Peter Jameson, who wore it on the rear of his Cobra Mark III with pride for the rest of his life. Before long, this small and highly respected group of pilots with these coveted badges became known as the Elite. They received all sorts of offers, both commercial and personal, including offers of marriage. The commercial side became very valuable, whether it was transporting royalty or taking unknown items, no question asked. The group was considered utterly trustworthy, with confidentiality assured, and its members took this very seriously. Now, once again, during the beta phase, Frontier have enabled the engineers to accept fish as a commodity required to unlock all the engineered modifications. So here I am in an agricultural station. This of course is the brand new interiors, and I'm here to collect some new fish. But just look at these interiors, they do look rather stunning. I've got no graphics mods on at all. What you see here is the ultra setting for Elite Dangerous, straight out of the box. And I've got to admit that I really do feel that all the new interiors really do look stunning. And in addition to that, I think all the extras here on the interior really do wonders for the sense of scale here, making that these stations feel much larger than they did previously. So like I said, I'm here to collect some fish. I've got just 96 units of cargo space available, but that should be more than enough for my purposes. This station is right near Shinrarta Dezhra, and here I am back there again. Now this base is for Laurie Jameson. Is she the descendant of the fabled Peter Jameson? Well, to be perfectly honest, I don't actually know, but it wouldn't surprise me. Now the modules she deals with here, the new ones at least, are scanners and utilities. I was a little bit disappointed here because I was hoping that scanners also included exploration scanners, advanced discovery and detailed scanners, maybe with improvements on the time taken to actually do the scans. But I was to be, like I say, disappointed on that because that's not the case. It's actually for cargo scanners, wake scanners and things like that. Very useful things, but not really what I was hoping for. So here I'm trying to mod my life support. She does have some other mods available, but we'll get to those in a little while. So what this basically does is, all we can really do is affect the mass and integrity. There are a few other choices, but nothing that directly affects the function of the life support itself. What I would have quite liked to have seen would have been the ability to modify the life support, allowing for improved oxygen supply and things like that. But all we can do is change the mass, or affect the module's power draw, or else improve its integrity. Now don't get me wrong, these all have great uses, but they don't really affect the function of the module itself. But of course, getting the improved jump range, for example, out of this type of upgrade is no mean feat, and every small fraction of a light year really does help out in the long run, especially for explorers that really want to go the distance. So that was the grade 1 modification. With a little bit of editing, we can jump straight to grade 4. Grade 5 doesn't seem to be available here, but this should be a significant improvement. Let's see what we get. So a 19% improvement on mass. Looks like it can go quite a lot higher than that, but for now this will have to do. But just look at the impact it's had upon the module's integrity. Now I'm going to apply this and let's see what jump range we actually get. I started out at 24.12 light years, and you can now see we're at 24.36 light years. So nearly a quarter of a light year improvement just on that one module alone. So stacking that with all the other modules could probably get us quite a few light year improvements. So let's have a look at what other modules she has available here. Fuel scoops, cargo scanners, kill warrant scanners as well. And yet again, all of these modifications don't actually affect the functionality of the module. They don't allow you to scan further or at a faster rate, but rather the modification affects the same elements as what we previously saw, things like mass and things like power draw, AFMs, auto field maintenance systems. These could be very useful, again something quite handy for explorers, especially if you can significantly shave off mass. But even in combat, hardening many of these utilities and scanners could also probably help you out a little bit, as it would afford you a bit of extra protection. But I suspect the modifications that most combat pilots will go for will be the ones that either decrease power draw or heat usage. So patch 2.2 brings with it a whole bunch of new engineers, along with some new modifications to existing modules that we didn't have before. If you do have access to beta and you want to try out engineers for all modifications, now would really be the time to do it. With the ability to access right up to grade 5 simply by supplying fish, you're going to be able to experiment to your heart's content, and of course invites to all the engineers are unlocked by default. So if you have any thoughts and feelings on these latest updates to the modifications as well as the engineers, I'd love to hear from you. Do let me know in the comments section. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys and girls next time.